CommonNation.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Welcome to my world and let's take off. Hey, good evening. Glad you came out tonight. Good evening.
From Salisbury, Maryland. Growing up there, it wasn't a lot of opportunity to do music. We didn't have a school of the arts, no performing arts schools, none of that stuff. So, our training ground was the church. You know what I mean? We learned how to sing there. We learned how to play there. That's where you learn music, and that's one of the best educations that you can get, alongside of going to school and having training. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm from. That's how I grew up. Every Sunday we were in there playing, or we were in there singing, or we were doing something. My dad always had Marvin Gaye playing, or Al Green, or Phil Collins, or Michael McDonald, or the Winans, or John P. Key. My sister, she had New Edition and Johnny Gill and Bobby Brown, and Video Soul was on. There was always some kind of music going on at some point. My brother introduced me to neo soul and the Roots, and Jill Scott, hip hop, and all this other stuff. So it was I had one of the richest educations in music growing up, in Salisbury, and I'll never trade it for anything else in the world. My dad, he was everything. He was a singer, songwriter. Him and my mom's song, my whole family. They had a gospel group back in the day. They used to go everywhere. They used to sing everywhere, and we was 4 or 5 years old, sitting in the back of the van, sleep on the drums. You know what I mean? So that's what it was, and that's what I was used to. Honestly, I mean, you can turn on the radio and you'll hear a good song, but you'll hear that same song about 4 or 5 times. You know what I mean? Everything, to me, sounds alike. I think we're at a place now with, a couple of different artists, as well as myself, my homie Frank Ocean, a couple other people, Jaden, PJ Morton, the list goes on and on and on. I just think we're bringing, music back to being honest. Everybody, we can talk about the club, VIP and girls and bottles, you know what I mean? But everybody don't live like that. And I think that's something we bring to the table that everybody loves. People love an honest song. People love a song that they can cry to, a song that they can graduate high school to, songs that you live with. So I think that's where music is getting back to, and music is so wide open now. To me, that I feel like any artist want to come out and want to do some honest stuff, now's the time to do it, because the lanes are so wide open. So whatever you do, just perfect it and do it, and just shoot for it. And that's where we at with music now. First of all, Welcome to My World came out in January, and in a year, we've done so much with that mixtape. From just going all over the country, doing our own shows, and the mixtape getting over 10,000 downloads just on our site alone. You know what I mean? And just all the press and the coverage is getting, and that's wonderful. I'm super excited about that. I mean, Welcome to My World happened for a few different reasons. You know what I mean? Me and my partner Adam Blackstone, we've been writing together for a while, and we write for a lot of artists all the time, and we just got to a point where it's like, some of these songs that we're writing, artists would send them back, and it's like we didn't like it. You know what I mean? It's like some songs I just felt like the way I conveyed it, and the way and the way I performed it, and the way the conviction of my voice, and just the way it came across was how I wanted it to sound. You know what I mean? How we wanted it to sound. We might as well just go ahead and let's do this mixtape thing. Let's take over. And that's what we've been that's where we've been at with it since day one. And a year in, here we are. I started with a gospel artist named Ty Tribbett, and that's where I got a wonderful second education, as far as writing goes, as far as being in the studio and hands-on. Rob Thomas, Diddy, Mike Posner, one of my homies. I learned so much from him in the studio, writing. We rub off on each other, when we're in the studio. So that's another one of my good friends I like to work with. And Jill Scott, of course, my big sister. She's, if something's going wrong on any day, I know I can call her and talk about anything. It doesn't have to be about music. It doesn't have to be about anything in particular. So she's just real close to my heart. I got this EP we working on, and that's all I'm gonna say. So got this EP we working on.
So what about?
Yeah.
Can you tell us more?
I got this EP we working on. I'm telling you right now, this EP, it's gonna be real nice. It's gonna be real nice. We just got, you know, we always writing, you know, me and my partner and a lot of my homies that I work with, too many to name, you know, we just got a lot of more features on this EP. This is gonna be on, hopefully we can put this on iTunes and see how they act, but people want more music, so I think we're gonna give them some more.
Okay.
Not gonna tell when and what time, but you're gonna definitely hear about it. We'll get the buzz going sometime soon. Right place, right time. I mean, this, you know, like I said, man, working with so many different people, it just, stuff like that happens. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm on the road with my homie Chris Brown. It's like you form a relationship, you know, and I'm a personable person. I love people. You know what I mean? So you know, it just happens like that. Like we're here now, we're doing an interview. So it's just being in the right place, right time, and then on top of that, being approachable and, you know, just being a person people just like to be around and just like laugh and bug out with. That's how this stuff happens all the time. You know what I mean? So that's how that was one of those situations. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on out here in these streets. We're in talks with a couple of different labels, a couple of good situations, but at the end of the day, you know, being independent, and I'm fairly new to this because I've only been doing this on my own for a year. Being independent is great, you know, but going into working with a label, you know, it's just all about the vision you have for yourself and whatever label you're working with, seeing that same vision and being willing to meet you halfway and getting you where because you have to see it for yourself, and then they'll buy into it. So, you know, these days you don't really need one, but, you know, I like that kind of support. Yeah, say about row 3, CA at the Grammys. That's my goal. So I'm trying to get to the Grammys. I'm trying to, you know, get this EP out. And yeah, that's my goal, man. Just keep working on this music, and as long as people are accepting it and they like it and they enjoy it, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying everything that's happening. It's my first time in Atlanta, so I'm just excited to be, you know, to be here, you know? And last year I wasn't here, so everything's just gradually growing, and as it's growing, I'm accepting it, and it's beautiful. So I just want to keep making music, man, just making people happy and taking care of my people. That's it. That's what it's all about. Yo, this your man Aaron Camper. Listen, download Welcome to My World at AaronCamperMusic.com. Follow me on Twitter at Aaron Camper and on Tumblr, Aaron Camper, all that stuff. Check out the homies on CommonNation now. Dopest. They the dopest. Check them out. Aaron Camper. Love y'all.